why do these guys deserve it?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because the thing is, like, they've broken the law, gone inside. There's a lot of thoughts about actually going inside these days. It's a bit too comfortable anyway, you know. So why are these guys getting special treatment to get them back in when there's so many other people struggling to get into work?
Look, it's a fair challenge. You know, I've had that from people already. I think what we've got to remember is that, you know, this is our county. You know, this is our public purse. It's in all of our shared interests that when people commit crimes, yes, justice is brought about, but we have to accept that, you know, when people have done their time, they've come to terms with what they've done, and when they say they're ready for work again, it's in our interest to get them back into work. Because the truth is, once you've got that criminal record, it's going to be so much easier for you to basically just re-offend. Because if you can't put food on the table, if you can't feed yourself because you haven't got a job, how are you going to survive? You know, all too often you meet people who've got, a history of repeat offending, and it's quite simplistic why that happens. What else is there? You know, I did it, and yeah, I did time, but ultimately there was nowhere for me to go after I'd come out either. So, you know, I mean, one of the reasons why we're doing it here today, you know, Timpsons are an organisation. We're in their workshop training the next sort of generation of their sort of workers. They've got a business where it makes perfect sense for them. They've seen the light to some extent that this actually is a great thing. It's good for the individuals, it's good for the business. There's loads of businesses out there that are interested, but they don't have the sort of, you know, appetite or the business model that maybe what Timpsons have got.
They put some resources behind it too, don't they? They don't just say, oh, well, you know, you come out of, oh, you've been in prison, that's great, would you like a job? I mean, they do actually interview people inside the thing, isn't it? Does that suggest that not everyone can be, you know, sort of brought out, or is it a question that people need different needs, different things tailored to them?
Look, this is not a one size fits all. You know, I know there are some people with the records that they've got that are not going to be able to go into this program. My hope is that we will move this program over the years into a space where, you know, basically everybody can be given that second chance, because there is an industry, there is a business which can manage the risk associated with that person, or what they believe is the risk associated with that person. But that will take time. Like, you know, the first year has got to be the low-hanging fruit of the problem. You know, people who are really ready for work, businesses that are ready to give them a chance, and we bring those two together. The bit that is different with what we're doing in, say, what Timpsons has done, Timpsons has accepted that they were going to put all the infrastructure in place, all that cost, all that HR understanding and management and supervision, all the rest of it. Loads of businesses can't do that. So what we're doing through this program is that we're having 3 full-time caseworkers in our first year. So that means that the ex-offender and the business sort of get the support, the holding of hands for 12 months. And actually when you meet businesses who are interested, when you tell them, and we'll support you, not financially per se, but just in that you can pick up the phone, you can say, I don't think this is working, or equally, this is working brilliant. You know, that caseworker that will help your organisation through difficult issues, that's the critical part that they often say. Without that, you know, I just wouldn't consider it. The first 100 people that go for the programme will have 12 months of caseworker support.
Right.
And what we'll have to do, quite simply, Phil, is we'll have to, if we want to, there's 1,100 people that we think are ready for this. We will have to scale up our 3 caseworkers with time, but we'll do it on a pilot basis. You know, we're starting now, we find out what works well, you know, then we scale up bit by bit, as opposed to, which I think the public has sort of see through, like these big bang announcements quite often, and the infrastructure might take years to get into place.
Yeah.
And so no one feels it for ages.